the musician, the all-around entrepreneur, D. Madam. Madam, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Black Madam.
So tell me, Black Madam, first of all, welcome home. You made it through the beach. Congratulations. How long were you incarcerated?
Wow, it was 10 years, exactly.
Okay.
I got out on my minimum.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So let me ask you, in those 10 years, what was it that kept you going? What was it that inspired you day for day to keep you going and to keep you looking for the success that you now find?
Actually, it was just, I gotta say, it was the writing my books. When I first wrote my first memoir, and then I started doing the follow-up with Notorious. My first one was Infamous by Black Madam, and the second one is Notorious by Black Madam. So it was that, and also writing my material for the music that I would be doing once I left. And not to mention, it was the fact that I happened to have a good fiance that waited by my side for a whole time. So that was really good, too.
Right. Yeah. That's beautiful. Always have that support and outside support. You know, it always keeps your mind from drifting away and feeling isolated. So that's always a beautiful thing right there. Were you inspired? Did you have? Well, are you of a certain faith? Did you have a faith that led you and guided you as well?
I mean, I'll be really frank and honest. I was into a lot of stuff prior to me going to prison. And if you read the book, I was very transparent in it. But when I don't know, it was something about being in that courtroom and the judge asking the DA what did they recommend, and when they said that 35 to 70 years, and I could literally feel the hand of God like stepping in and was like, no. And from then on, I just, you know, prior to that, I had just prayed a lot while I was incarcerated, because when I first got in jail, because I had never been in jail before, so I was going through a lot, and I can remember telling God and myself that if He gets me out of this, I would, you know, I wouldn't stray, and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the ground running. I mean, like, you didn't waste any time jumping on your project.
Everyone say that.
Project that you're working on right now.
Everyone says it. Well, the day that I got out the studio, the day I got out of jail, I was in the studio that night recording my first post-prison debut single called Bougie Bitch. It's going to drop in 2 weeks. And then just 2 days ago, I completed the second follow-up, which is Infamous Black. So we're about to do a music video for that.
Oh wow! Okay, so the book is Infamous Black, so it's a follow-up to the first one.
Pardon?
You said now this is the second book. This is the follow-up to the first book, or just the music?
No. The follow-up to the first book is Notorious. But no, I'm talking about my music. Yeah, I've been back in the studio I actually have a song called Infamous Black. Trying to get shine on the whole book series. Also the fact that the media around the world, because this was such a highly profile international case, to where they were dubbing me like infamous. So I just took the lemons to make lemonade later.
I definitely understand that. And if you had to define or describe your style, how would you define that? Like, so that for people out there who are not familiar with Black Madam style, what would you expect to hear when they hear Black Madam?
Oh my God! Well, before I used to be highly into like a gothic, urban goth sound. I was highlighted on Fuse TV prior to me getting arrested. They dubbed me the urban goth queen. However, being incarcerated for that 10 years, I mean, I literally had my hand on the pulse of the hood, basically, with a lot of the girls that I was surrounded by, and that kind of endeared themselves to me, and so forth, me to them. So, I don't know, my sound just totally changed now that I listen to it when I'm in the studio, and I see and hear the finished product, and also the producers that have worked with me for years. They're like, oh my God, your sound is so different. It's good, but it's so different and everything. So I'm excited because I think now the urban followers can now relate a little bit more with me, because prior to me going to jail, it was very fantasy filled, if I could say that, fantasy filled. So, but now it's very, I mean, all the lyrics and everything and the feeling, the gut, the soul is all stemming from what I've been through the case, through doing that dark decade away, just all the emotional and the pain and everything. It's all in the music, and I can literally hear it.
Well, listen, man, you always burst with energy. You always coming with strong messages. You always doing your thing. So, like I always tell you, I salute you. I'm proud of you. I see you doing your thing, and I'm really looking forward to working with you with your story. I know that you're going through some amazing things out there. But what kind of words of encouragement do you have for people that's still incarcerated and people that have just come home? Like, what can they do? What are some of the things, some of the tips that you have for them, and able to come home and be more successful to find the things that they need?
I say, just to take a tidbit from the officers that were surrounding me, and even the inmates, they would all say when they saw me or they would meet me or just a general conversation if they didn't know who I was, although I was probably one of the most popular inmates on the campus, they would all be shocked at how much time I had done. And the officers would always say, you don't wear that time on you. You don't look like it in your spirit that you've been away so long. And I attribute that to just from the moment I got into prison, I always saw the outside of the gate. I never let myself reside mentally within those walls. I always wrote books and got with my publisher. Thank God that you like lifted me up when back in 2015 when you helped introduce me to the publishers and everything. So yeah, I attribute a lot of that. Just people from the outside reaching out and making me not feel like I was incarcerated, actually. So I would say just constantly keep your focus outside the gate. Get a game plan together. All the money that you accumulate, don't go blowing it all on commissary, gaining a ton of weight. To use that money and invest it. Let your arms reach far beyond the bars, because it's possible. If I could do it, it's definitely possible, because I had never been in jail before. And I made it all work for me and everything, from the books to using the time to write my songs to reaching out to producers all the way out in Australia, figuring out a way to get their beats into me on my tablet that no one knew how I was doing it, but I made a way and everything. So that was why I was able to walk out and go straight into the studio and cut a record, because for months and months and months, I knew exactly what I was going to do with that one beat that they gave me. Because when I didn't have anything, I was in that room writing to the beat and rehearsing. So I cut that stuff in like 2 or 3 takes, and it was done. And it sounds great too.
That's what's up, man. Hey, so tell the people how they can get in contact with you, how they can source your music. Give them all the info.
Okay, so all my social medias are now BLK Madam, all across the platform, and also blkmadam.com. I also utilize infamousblack.com too. But yeah, everything. Just hit my DMs or whatever, and I'm always looking to work with other artists, other writers. I'm just hungry. I felt like I hadn't eaten for 10 years, and I am a monster, a beast. I am ready to eat. So bring me to table. Bring me to table.
That's what's up. Like I said, man, you're going to light up the world like a flame, man. I can't wait to see you do your thing, man. So, like I said, it's when to touch base with the queen and get love and let you know that, yo, we making this thing happen, and I'm proud of you. Hope to see you at the top.
Thank
you know what I mean? So, hold your head. Any last words you got for the people?
I just want to say, just while you're inside, mostly for the people that's inside, while you're inside, stay focused. Don't get caught up in all the drama and the pettiness, and don't let the officers make you their security blanket by keeping you in jail. If there's a way that you can get out, get out. And for those that think that there is no way to get out if you've got a long-term sentence, I have a best friend in jail who had 2 death penalty cases. She overturned them to 2 life sentences, and then she overturned them to going home in 3 years from now. So anything is possible. Just believe. You got to believe, and don't stop fighting.
yo, that's words of encouragement right there. So I'm just trying to Dutch, interviewing Black man. I mean, again, just listen, like you said, stay focused out there, and when you get out, keep that focus. Don't lose focus.
Yeah,
you're going to hit obstacles, but you're going to win. So this is Dutch signing off of Prison Riot Radio. Peace.